Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be looking at an example from chapter 6a in the book, which is shortest path. And so essentially what we're going to be doing is looking for the shortest path to get from A to Z. We don't need to go through all the vertices at all. We just need to figure out the quickest way to get there. So starting with these types of questions, I've picked this particular question 7 because it is quite complex. There are a lot of vertices and a lot of paths. So just to show you how I would approach this type of question, because there is no one approach, you just need to sort of work it out in quite a systematic way. So what I like to do is break up the network into different parts. So the goal I might start with is I want to try and get here to this part of the network, and then once I'm there, then the goal might be to get to like that part of the network, and then finally reach Z. All right, so I'm going to try and figure out, okay, what are a few different ways to quickly and efficiently get to this part of the network? So starting at A, we can see that potentially this route here of 25 and 25 will help. That's going to be a shorter path than going the 25 and the 50. So initially I'm thinking, okay, that might be one way of getting to the next point quite quickly. Then we can consider this middle section. Obviously going the top route there from ACF is worth 60, whereas if I go down here, it's only 55. So that could be another potential way of getting to this point quite quickly and easily. And then finally, we also need to consider this down here. This is only actually taking up 40, so this is looking pretty good to start. All right, and so from there, if I remove that now, I've got a few different options that have got me to this first point quite easily. Next, I'm looking at these sections moving off, and this 10 is looking quite attractive at the moment because it's such a low number. Then I can think, okay, well, I had 50 reaching here, plus that 20 is going to give me 70. So if I came down this way, I'd be at 70. Can I beat that going this way? So I was at 55, and that's only 65. So by taking this route, I've pretty much eliminated this as a potential option because I've reached this point, which is pretty close to that, and I've saved, I guess, I think it was 5. So this is looking like it might be my shortest path. From here, we could go, because now we're sort of making our way to the second stage in the network. Well, I can go straight through using 80, or I can go using only 75 and bypass that 80. Can I get to this point? I guess the question is, can I get to this point quicker using this route that I was looking at? And again, from here, I could go 60 straight through, or I could go 10, 25, and 10, which is 45. So that's actually going to be a quicker way of getting there. All right, so I've got pretty much eliminated that now as an option. So I've got this. Let me change the colors actually. Where are my colors? So I had this option in purple. So I guess now we need to figure out, is getting to this point quicker in the purple or the red? And we might not even need this. This could be a potential option as well. Let's just see how we go. Let's remove that. So that was 55, 65, 90. So that got me to 90. This would give me 100. And I can't remember what I said about the other one, 65, 95, 100, 105. Okay, so it looks like, make sure I haven't made any mistakes there. Yeah, it looks like, so 105. Okay, so the red got me to 105 at this position, and the purple got to me to 100 at this position. So now it looks like we're going to go with purple, I guess, from this position. Let's veer these out. Let's continue purple in this method and figure out how that's going to go. So here I was at 90 to get to this position. Add that 130, that gives me 120. And add that extra 20, that gives me 140. However, might be easier to go this way because you can see from this point, well, let's consider this point. Heading down this way, we've got 10, 10, and 15. That's only 35. And if you can see, if I go this way, that's going to be obviously more than 35. So this is not going to be a part of my shortest path. I'm now going to include this in my purple because I reached this point easier on purple, and we're not going to go that way because they're quite high numbers. So I'm clearly going to come down this way. So from there, I was at 100, 110, 125. All right, so you could see as I went, I had a few options initially to start. Then when I realized that, getting to this point here, adding that 80 to my shortest path is probably not going to be ideal. Adding this 60 and 30 and 20 over here wasn't going to work. So I've sort of snaked my way through looking for the shortest path. And I'm saying that the shortest path here is 125, following the purple route. We're not done yet. We've got a few things to show. Firstly, you're going to want to highlight it. So I'd probably do a question like this in pencil. So we've highlighted the shortest path. We need to state the actual shortest path. So the answer is A, D, F, H, K, M, Z. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do I have 7? A, D, F, H. Oh, J. I'm missing J. J, K, M, Z. All right. So there's one mark. Another mark for stating the shortest path, and at this point it's only 125 units because we don't know, this question doesn't have any context. Sorry about that plane going overhead. It might be centimeters, could be liters, could be seconds. We're not too sure at this stage. And yeah, then there'd probably be a final mark for highlighting if there was a 3-mark. If it was a 3-mark question, HIGH, and 1 mark for highlighting. All right, so that's how the question's marked, and that's how I'd approach a question like this. Obviously, this has taken a fair bit of time, but you wouldn't have to explain it to anyone else. You would just have to do the process, which wouldn't take so long. So thank you for listening, guys.